All right, I'm here at the 60th Mr. Olympia weekend backstage with four-time Olympia champion, three-time Arnold Classic champion, bodybuilding Hall of Famer, Lifetime Achievement Award recipient from Arnold Schwarzenegger, the highly decorated Jay Cutler in Las Vegas, your hometown.
It's great. It wasn't always my hometown, but it's been representing for quite a while, besides a little bit of pandemic. We're here, man. We're here at the Super Bowl.
The diversified Jay Cutler, promoter extraordinaire, I might add. You got a few shows also here, and as a matter of fact, where are the other ones?
Virginia, I have one, and then two in Boston with our head judge, Steve Weinberger.
Doing a lot of stuff. You got the Cut Above Cutler podcast?
I do. Cutler Cast, which, of course, you were our great guest on there, and we do more in person, and podcasts have become the thing now, right? It's a way to us now to reach out to the fans worldwide.
Yeah. And by the way, I would be remiss if I didn't say, out of all the things that you've accomplished with all the accolades, especially in retirement, the one that stands out to me, and I witnessed it, was you did what most people thought was unthinkable. You beat the 8-time reigning, defending Mr. Olympia champion, Ronnie Coleman, right here in Las Vegas. That had to set your career off in a whole nother stratosphere. How did it feel for you?
Listen, it was amazing. I mean, I had a lot of respect for Ronnie, just like all you guys. That gave me motivation. I was just a kid from Massachusetts with a dream and a vision to be great at something. That's something I wasn't so sure on. And the bodybuilding stage has allowed me to do that. And to idolize someone and then be there standing in the end as first and second, man, it was tough. 4 times, you know what it's like to face second places.
Oh, yes.
You finished a lot to everyone. I mean, Dorian Yates, I know, Kevin, Nasser, everybody, right? That had been second, Flex Wheeler. And I said, listen, man, this is for you guys. Yeah, I think you remember that, actually.
I do. Very good. Very nicely put, because the weight of the crown was on you because you were matching up with him. I don't want to say pound for pound because you brought some detail that Ronnie didn't, and Ronnie was transitioning out. I think you gave him respect by saying you beat Ronnie, but you didn't beat that Ronnie.
I felt in 01 I was close.
Oh, yeah, you were. I give you
that
props.
was your last year,
Yes.
so you stood on stage with us. I mean, that could have been mine that year. I just not sure I was necessarily ready. Still question that a little bit. But we question a lot of our second places,
yes.
right? We're so close, right?
But you did it, and that was the main thing.
Yes, yeah, and of course that's it set the standard for the 4 wins that I did have, even though there was a hiccup in the middle. But once again, it's to beat the greatest of all time. I'm truly honored in that sense. Meeting Joe Weider at 22 and him offering me the opportunity to, be involved with magazines and supplements. And then, of course, him migrating he moved my residency from Massachusetts to Aliso Viejo, California. And I was rubbing elbows with all you guys. And I mean, the California lifestyle was something I dreamed about. And I remember seeing, you on the beach and, with these beautiful women and these beautiful cars and motorcycles. And that was
California.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I thought, how can I get there? And of course, chasing a criminal justice degree in college, I thought maybe I'll get there on a motorcycle police job. Mm-hmm. And eventually I became a bodybuilder, and Joe gave me that opportunity. So, I think now today we look at, this is Joe Weider's Mr. Olympia, but I think a lot of the new talent you see up here, they never had that opportunity to meet Joe Weider and be recognized by Joe. And I remember walking in the office for the first time, and Joe Weider says, "You're going to be a star." I mean, he told me in 09 when I won the title back, I told you you'd be the best. That was his quote to me, and it's always going to sit with me. And, if it wasn't for Joe Weider, none of this would take place. There would be no Arnold Schwarzenegger. There'd be no Sean Ray, no Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, anyone. So for me, I have a lot of respect. Every time I'm here at the Weider's Olympia, I always think about Joe.
Yeah, I don't think you could think about bodybuilding, period, without thinking about Joe. But what do you think Joe would think about bodybuilding today? You got this massive paycheck. You've got this Sandow Trophy dipped in gold. We have the massive expo. The Olympia came here in 1999. You moved here. What do you think Joe would think about where we're at now? We're headed in the right direction.
I think Joe he'd be, number one, he'd be floored at how big the physiques have gotten. I think that's one thing is you see the stage, and when you have guys competing over 300, I mean, people used to talk about numbers. And unless you're Ferrigno and you're 6'5", it's a really hard feat, right? So when you see the bodies, the expansion, and of course all the new divisions, and the social media era, and the magazines now have dissipated, and it's just now touch and go. I mean, minute to minute, where you can be you recognize, this business, and these guys, winning these accolades. It's amazing. So I think Joe, I don't know if he would embrace it or he would be, man, this is bigger than I ever imagined.
Yeah, well, they started it all off back in 1965 when I was born. You weren't around, but you've taken it to a whole nother level. You paved the way, you've opened a lot of doors, and you're still here giving back. Again, I don't think there's another accolade on the planet that a bodybuilder can receive that Jay Cutler hasn't received, and I got to give you your props for that, man, because I witnessed it.
No, man, it's like I said, you were a huge inspiration to me, and I mean the millions of fans around the world that continue to cheer on what we do and recognize us. I mean, there's nothing more of an accolade than that.
All right, a cut above. Jay Cutler here at the 60th Mr. Olympia weekend from Las Vegas.